Hello, welcome back to the Waystation. I'm Leo, and I will be your guide or whatever. I don't know. I'm trying to test out how I want to introduce the Waystation to people and shit. So let me know what y'all think about that. I don't really like it because I just kind of made it up on the fly. But what's up, y'all? Welcome back. Um, Sorry for not getting a reading out at the beginning of the month. There was just a lot going on, and I just didn't really have the energy to put it into this. But instead, I decided to do a mid-monthly reading. I feel like this will be a lot more helpful since we're kind of in the flow of Aries season, and we're again in the middle of like experiencing how this energy is playing out in our lives. And shit has actually had time to settle and manifest in the way it wants to manifest. So without further ado, I already have the cards right here. That's why I keep looking down. Let's get right into it because this mid-monthly reading seems pretty simple overall. Uh, the biggest theme I would say is finances and money. On Twitter, I've been doing a lot of business and finance readings for people, and one of the biggest things that keeps coming up in those readings is, I would say, paying more attention to where your money is going and how you're investing it and how you're using it to sort of increase your wealth, but not just for like now. Not just trying to increase your money to see what you'll do with it right now. Just seeing, like, more so focusing on what are you doing to accumulate wealth for both yourself and generations like that come after you. Just learning how to really get your money right. And with the passing of Nipsey, R.I.P., rest in power, um, that energy again is being like reinforced. It's like, come on now, we got shit to do. Let's stop playing games. For everybody that wasn't already on board, if you weren't already, let's get with it. But now that I'm done, I'll get off my soapbox. And let's get right into it. So, first two cards we have out, again reflecting that theme of learning where your money is going. Knight of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles. Now, what this energy feels like, if your money situation or just the flow of money in general in terms of finances has been doing this sort of up and down fluctuating type thing, there's a reason for that. And the reason being with the King of Wands and the Hermit up next is, again, like I was saying earlier, getting a better understanding of where our money is going. What do we want to use it for? How are we using it to build our empire? Or build whatever it is that you're, whatever goals you're trying to achieve. How are you taking care of your finances so that as you reach, these different benchmarks, are you going to be able to afford the things that you need to buy or pay for the things that you need to pay for? Just like, I'd say with the Jupiter retrograde and Sagittarius, again, being like reflected in this right here, like the slowing down sort of thing, it's time to sit and take note of all the things that have been. Okay, hold on. Let's focus back on this because I felt my mind about to go somewhere else. We ain't on that storyline yet. So again, just reinforcing, take this time to do a check-in with yourself. Start doing like your weekly budgets, your monthly budgets, reviewing over that. I know it's tax time. Well, it's been tax time for a while. Make sure you're taking care of that shit. And again, learn how to be grateful for where it is you are right now. Because that might be another reason why your money is like coming to a halt, the flow of it. It's because you're not really showing gratitude for where you are, what you already have outside of that realm of like physical wealth. Like, you can be grateful for the fact that your ocular nerves are working, your eyes. You can be grateful for the fact that you can hear me talk my shit. All of that. Just learning gratitude, and that's another big theme of this Jupiter retrograde. But again, with the Hermit card here, I definitely feel like a lot of us are about to start going into like that Hermit mode that usually happens before the full moon we have coming up on the 19th or the 18th. It's just, again, go within, see what you need to see, fix what you need to fix so that on the other side of this full moon, you'll be able to come out of it with a better idea of where it is you're going and how you're going to finance that. And just getting your money business in check. Stop playing games and shit. Now, next up, we have the Page of Cups with the Death card. Now, this is pretty interesting, right? And when I was thinking about it earlier, it just kind of sounded like the inner child is starting to grow up. But also, well, not in the sense that it's getting older, more so in the sense that we're really starting to shed those old ways of being when it came to how we express our emotions and how we feel about things and just the old way of feeling about things. Again, we're still going through this sort of purge when it comes to those. We're purging out those more, what's the word I'm looking for? Immature ways of being when it comes to expressing emotion. Like being really stubborn with shit, deflecting, not being able to take responsibility for your actions, not letting yourself feel. What do I mean when I say that? Like doing things that distract you when your emotions become too overwhelming. Some examples: drinking too much, smoking too much, eating too much. I'm trying to think of ways that I know people distract themselves from like feeling things. Just any of those methods, plus more. You know what your own way of doing things is when it comes to distracting yourself from feeling something. Like if you've been feeling all those like old emotions come up when it comes to like, I know for me personally, and I hate to admit it, like when I get in this space where I'm really vulnerable with the Page of Cups energy, it's really difficult for me to be like soft. And not soft in like the toxic masculinity way of saying things, but more so in like, you know how when some people get sad, they just want to like cuddle up and shit? No. When I get vulnerable, I take that shit like a Scorpio and we get on defense mode. So I'll be ready to fight. And I get really, really irritated and easily triggered by shit. And so if you've been having those triggers and you've been going through that this week, trust me, I'm here with you. It's just the reason why, and you'll understand as we continue to like go along this path, once we get through this rebirth period and this period of transformation, you'll understand that it's just basically like flushing the shit. Like literally getting rid of the rest of that old stuff that wasn't really serving us anymore, for lack of a better term. Just the old blockages. And it's a process. It's definitely a process. It's definitely feeling like we're shedding all of that skin. That's what it's like. It's like shedding those old layers. Because that's what it feels like. Just peeling them back one by one. Looking at them and getting rid of them. Because at the end of it all, we have the Ten of Cups with the Chariot. Now, I actually love this. To go from the Page of Cups, the Death card, to the Ten of Cups. That's just, again, reinforcing this notion that all of this is just a process to get us to where we really want to be. We just have to get through this low so that the high will be even better than it was before. Like literally going from the Page of Cups to the Ten of Cups. Like, come on. And what is the Ten of Cups? Well, the Ten of Cups is that it's like the epitome of emotional contentment, emotional fulfillment. For some people, that being represented as the married with kids storyline, or just like being really successful in the business you want to create. Whatever it is that makes you feel like your heart is so full that you don't need anything else ever. Like, you know, when you get there and you just be like, okay, this is the absolute tier. This is the best. I don't need nothing else. I'm good. This is all I need. That's it. It's just like that's what we're moving towards. And that's why the lows are getting so low, because the lower you go, the higher you got to go. And at some point, it's going to stop being this and we're just going to keep going straight up. Hence the Chariot, which I'm very happy about. Because I was actually feeling that earlier this week. Like the fluctuations were only meant to do the high low thing so we can just keep going straight up. And then again, speaking on the Chariot with the Ten of Cups, this is really talking about having the emotional security you need to really be able to go full speed ahead with nothing else stopping you. And that's why we're having to go through and experience this period where we might be going back and having those same emotions about old situations and shit that didn't work out, or just having to go back and revisit all those times where things just didn't go our way, where everything felt like it was at a standstill, where we felt really, really alone, like we didn't have anyone, which is, yeah. And this also speaks to people that feel like they don't have anybody right now, because that's actually been a pretty common theme for the last couple of weeks. But yeah, overall, I think that is all I have for the general collective reading. And now I guess we'll go into the love reading. So, now, I'm going to use the terms divine masculine and divine feminine, and it's not going to be related to gender at all. Take it how it is. We'll take it how you want to take it, because you can be a man and represent the divine feminine or vice versa, but just as a disclaimer. Okay, so this is actually really exciting. It's the first time I've ever done something like this on camera. But yeah, so the divine feminine being represented as the Queen of Pentacles with the Knight of Pentacles. If you are a divine masculine figure and you feel as though, you know what, let's not even do them together, let's do them one by one. So the divine feminine is focused on her money right now. She's not really too much got her mind on anything to do with love or romance, because it's just stressing her out. It's stressing her the fuck out to try to process all these feelings and all these emotions, especially when her energy right now is really focused around finances and trying to get herself, again, financially secure. But on the other hand, we have the divine masculine over here who is deep in his feelings. It has just such this strong sense of longing, to the point where it's also starting to distract her, because if they're mirrors of one another, she can feel what he feels and vice versa. So, divine masculines, if you're feeling kind of rejected and abandoned, the reason for that is because the divine feminine isn't too much checking for you right now. And that's not to say that she doesn't love you or that she doesn't see you as important. And again, when I use she and he, just that's in reference to the feminine or the masculine, not so much as actual genders. But yeah, the reason why you may be feeling like you've been abandoned is because she is too busy and too focused on trying to get her money right that she can't even see you. Now, to my divine feminines, if you are someone who is craving this connection or longing for it, and you're using backtrack, I feel like the divine feminine truly wants to have this union and this connection with the divine masculine, but because of the past pain and how things used to be, and how she also may be doubting that he's changed at all, she may just be directing her focus to money and to business and to making sure she's stable in that realm, because it's the only thing that she can focus on, again, that won't confuse her. But it's also what she's using as a distraction. So you can't be doing this back and forth, because I know you want to connect. The Queen of Pentacles is also someone who is extremely nurturing. All she wants to do is make sure that you're fed, that you're warm, comfortable, that you have everything you need. Like, she wants to cater to you because she loves you. It's the Virgo female, in my opinion. Well, the Virgo woman. But again, what's on her mind is not linking up with with what's on his. Because the reason why the divine masculine is feeling this hermit energy is because, of course, he wants to connect. Of course, coming out as the King of Wands, that passion is on a thou wow. So he definitely feels as though he would like to, bump uglies or have that sacred union in the but it's less so about lust and more so about just wanting to express your love through physical connection, because the emotions are just too much. You can't verbalize it. It's just that feral type of no talking, all action type thing. And that's kind of what he's being blinded by. When in reality, he needs to be doing this hermit thing and going within and checking all those old patterns and all those old ways of being, so that when she does decide to look up and see what you got going on, you not on no bullshit. Now, again, speaking about this Page of Cups with the Death card in regards to this connection, I feel like the foundations of it, like what it was built upon, in regards to what are the words I'm looking for? Because it's more so a visual than anything. It's just like, if you had a hard drive full of feelings about this connection in general, just the connection in general, it's like that's being completely erased and then replaced with a new hard drive or a new program, and that new program being one that is focused on this type of energy as opposed to this type of energy. Now, what do I mean when I say that? A lot of these connections have been tainted by feelings of grief, of pain, of shame, of rejection. And it's just time for us to clean that up and for us to let it go. Because this doesn't even feel like this is just something that needs to be reviewed upon. Like, you don't need to keep going back and looking at it again and again, trying to figure out what went wrong, how you need to do it better next time. And even just those old emotions that you may be holding on to. Like, for instance, when you see this person, whoever it may be, and you feel all the feels again, but instead of feeling this Ten of Cups energy where it's all love and all let's work together, let's work this shit out, let's create a family, get us to this Ten of Cups point, instead of it being like that, it used to be like that, but now it's just this Page of Cups energy where it's all, the only thing you can really remember are the more intense emotional periods, and those are usually being the ones full of pain, or the ones feeling, just the ones full of pain. I'm not even gonna try to over-describe that. It's like it's just time for you to be done with this. Completely. Not reformed a little bit, not changed a little bit, but completely done with it. So that when it is time to unite again, it's all love and all progress. Hence, the marathon continues. I miss that man. Okay, I've been trying to avoid doing this last little reading part, but again, Nipsey being represented as the King of Wands, his passing was to jumpstart that clearing out of the old way of being, the old way of doing, the old way of feeling about things, so that, again, the marathon continues. Just a jumpstart. And I think that's all I got for you. We going at 20 minutes now. That's a long-ass video. I hope this was helpful. I hope you loved it. I actually might start doing the mid-monthly readings as opposed to beginning of the month. But yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.